Greetings, Mason Storm here. There are many different ways to cook a steak. I made a video before on cooking it in a cast iron pan on the stove and it was fabulous. Today I'm going to be making one using the air fryer. To begin, we'll get our cut of meat. I have nice marbling in this. This was just some random cut I found at the grocery store and it looked good enough, I guess. So now I'm just going to season it with a little bit of the Montreal seasoning spice mixture. I think this stuff's really good on steaks. It's probably my preferred seasoning. And once we season one side, we'll flip it over and do the other one. This thing is clogging like crazy while I'm shuffling around with it kind of the way I am. And to begin with, we'll open up our air fryer and we'll get our little wire rack out and we'll set our steak on it. Now we want to have this in the highest rack possible in our air fryer. The reason being is we want super hot air blowing on the top of the steak so that it gives it a little bit of caramelization, gives it a little bit of color. That's the big benefit to using the air fryer. And I'm going to be using the 2/3 method, which I don't know if that's actually what it's called, but it's what I call it. 2/3 cooking on the front side and 1/3 cooking on the back side. So I'm going to cook it for 12 minutes on the front and 6 on the back. Took me a little while to decide on my actual minute temperature cooking range, but it's all good. And it's really easy to fine tune this as far as if you don't want your steak medium rare, maybe you want a little bit more rare or you want a little bit more well done, you just add double to the front and half to the back and kind of keep the same type of ratio going on and you can have a perfect steak pretty much every time. Especially if you cook the same type of steak multiple times, then you kind of get a feeling for how many minutes you want to cook it. Now one of the things you can kind of go wrong with the air fryer is that if you, let's say we're cooking it for the 12 minutes and after our 12 minutes we just leave it in there for like another 20 minutes before flipping it and doing the other side, it will still cook while it's in there. So you can kind of get a little bit more of an overdone effect that way. So you want to keep a little bit of an eye on it. So maybe set a timer on your smartphone or whatever so you know when to come back to flip your steak. And once our timer starts getting pretty close to done, I got 1 minute left, that's pretty much close enough. And I'm just going to take it out and flip it. And I'm just going to flip it right here on the door so I get the door nice and dirty. But hopefully when it starts cooking again, it will clean the door at least somewhat. Either way, once it's nice and flipped, we'll throw it back in and we'll give it our next 6 minutes for my 2/3 rule. And let the cooking process begin yet again. Something I should say or point out is that I only had one rack clean, so that's why I did only the steak. Normally I would put a rack in, take some beans, throw them in some foil, a little bit of butter, salt and pepper, or a twice baked potato in the lower rack, and that would all be ready at once and you'd have a complete meal. But this was this. And once that's done, we can pull it out, transfer it to a plate, and then we'll cover it with foil. And the foil just makes the steak taste extra fantastically amazing. Not sure why. I think it's something about the tenderization of the meat or something. Not entirely sure. I just know that it works and it definitely tastes better. In fact, I think most meat tastes better if you let it rest after you cook it. So there's always that. And the foil keeps it warm, so awesome. And once we're done letting that rest for a few minutes, we're going to pop the foil off of there, divvy it out, and everybody can participate in enjoying the delicious steak that was incredibly easy to make, and I didn't have to worry about refilling the propane tank, so all is good. So let me know if you try this recipe out and if you've made steak in the air fryers before. I'm really quite interested to see what other people think of this. I think it tastes quite good and it's super easy. And that's always fantastic. And if you like my content, please feel free to like and subscribe. And until next time, stay awesome.